evening, and a very warm welcome to each one of you present here. Okay, first of all, what IEEE is Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, world's largest professional organization committed to the advancement of technological innovation and excellence to benefit all of community. This association has developed thousands of standards to provide a basis for regulation and remove barriers for development. It is designed to serve professionals involved in all aspects of electrical and computing fields and related areas of science and technology that underlie modern civilization. Interesting fact is that IEEE has a community of 420,000 members from all professions, including students, doctors, engineers, and professionals, and 5 million IEEE Explore content. IEEE has more than 40 societies to engage maximum people on their own. Some societies are IEEE Aerospace and Electronic Systems Society, IEEE Antennas and Propagation Society, IEEE Circuits and Systems Society, IEEE Components, Packaging and Manufacturing Technology Society. Well, here is our program, IEEE Potential Development Webinar Series. Prior time to start a new life. The main purpose of this webinar series is to engage maximum people with this fruitful and healthy activity in this pandemic situation. There are interesting topics with great speakers, and we will spend some good time together. Okay, so here is our series timeline. We have total 10 webinars with 2 bonus sessions on different talk themes like mental well-being, research methodology, personal development, sustainable development and coherent national research agenda in Pakistan, find your inner skills and start making money, value of entrepreneurship, study of COVID-19 from the perspective of control systems, personal branding, if you don't find it, create it. The last one is time management. 140 people attended our first webinar on mental well-being by Mariam Rashid via Facebook and WebEx. 151 people attended our second webinar on research methodology by Dr. G.S. Javed. 110 people attended our third webinar on personal development by Mariam Rehman. 103 people attended our fourth webinar on sustainable development and coherent national research agenda in Pakistan by Naveed Ahmed Punar. 180 people attended our fifth webinar on Find Your Inner Skills and Start Making Money by Aisha Tabassum. 101 people attended our sixth webinar on Value of Entrepreneurship by Muhammad El Dalal. And 148 people attended our bonus webinar on Study of COVID-19 from the perspective of control systems by Mr. Ghulam Mustafa Abdul. Today's speaker is Amarzish Qadeer from Rifa International University, and she will talk on If You Don't Find It, Create It. She is Amarzish Qadeer, currently studying software engineering from Rifa International University, Faisalabad last semester. She is proud IEEE student member. She will share her IEEE WIA experience. Well, we have another speaker, Muhammad Abdul Rehman from University of the Punjab, and he will talk on the same topic. If you don't find, create it. He is doing electrical engineering from University of the Punjab Lahore. He is involved in many co-curricular activities, participated in inter-school competitions like ISMO, International School Maths Olympiad, organized by Pak Turk School, essay writing competition organized by Oxford University Press, Lahore Section and Bindi Club Lahore, official member of IEEE, and organizer of some big events like Big Data. Organize an activity named Work from Home Space during COVID-19 pandemic situation. hosting his own website named as emaxstreet.com. He holds good grip on web development and do some freelancing jobs. Okay, so here we have an activity for you during webinar. What you need to do is you need to follow these instructions. Take a screenshot of the webinar or take a selfie with webinar. Share your experience on your Facebook or Instagram and mention us at these Facebook and Insta IDs. An additional certificate and special shout out on our Insta account. Hand over to Amarzish Qadeer.
Okay, so is my voice clear? My voice is clear or
Yes, Amarzish, your screen is visible. You can start now.
okay, are you listening to me? Is my voice clear?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So now, first of all, I would like to say thank you to the IEEE IAS Lahore Section for organizing the webinar series and giving me the opportunity. So now proceeding towards our webinar and presentation slides. Here I will wrap it up real fast because we have a very short time. So I'll start with this that with a quote that what a man can imagine, he may one day achieve. You all must believe that what you can imagine, you must be able to achieve it. Even if you have to create something, even if you have to work hard for that, you must do this because once you are passionate about something, you must do this. I would like to introduce myself, who I am. I will already introduce first. I'm Amarzish Qadeer, software engineering from Wipro International University. And I'm the proud founder of IEEE RAUS Student Branch. I'm an active IEEE volunteer, but today I will share my IEEE experience that how I built an opportunity. My experience is based on building an opportunity. So why I want to share my experience, it is simply because I think my hard work and my experience and the way I manage all can motivate others. I know that it will boost others and it can galvanize other people to take stand for themselves. So as you all know that we're talking about if you don't find it, then create it. What it actually means, I will tell you what. Well, it simply means that many a times in your life, you might find yourself in some situation that you're looking for something, but you're not finding it. In that case, what you're supposed to do? Well, you're simply supposed to create it. You're not supposed to wait for the opportunity to come to you. It is basically about finding your potential. It's about finding your leader in yourself. It is about finding strength in yourself. And you must know that you're able to achieve anything, even if you have to create it yourself. So how can you create opportunities for yourself and how can you build something which is not there? So what happened in my experience, first I will share my experience that what actually happened that I am sharing my experience. In my experience, I got admitted to a university Rifa International University, and there I was looking for some opportunity to polish my skills and to prove myself, but I didn't find what I was looking for. There was some student body, but it was not what I wanted. So what I wanted wasn't there. I had to work for it. 1 year passed and I didn't find it, but I had to work on it. I started looking for people who can help me. Initially, I didn't find anyone, but as time passed, I started to know people when I shared my idea with people that I want to establish a student branch in here. Okay, so an interesting thing that happened during this is that when I asked people, do you know what IEEE is? They were like, no, we don't. We don't know what it is. Okay, then I gave them some idea that IEEE is something like this, and we will establish some student branch, and I'm looking for some team. I'm looking for some people who can work with me, but they were like, okay, we will see about that because they didn't know anything about IEEE. It was a hard time because no one at that place knew about this thing about the IEEE student branch, and what I was doing was totally different thing. People at my place where I was weren't even aware of it, although they should be, but in my case they weren't. So in the end, I went to my double E department actually. I heard from someone that he is doing some IEEE thing. He's going to start some IEEE thing. Someone just mentioned it. So uh, then I got the idea that this is the person that I can go to, and I can share my idea. I can share my plan, and this might work. This was the time. This was the moment I actually felt that I can do something, and I might succeed this time. So I went to him and I stepped into his office. I never saw that person in my life. I just knew about him that this person exists in the university because I didn't belong to that department. It was the double department, electrical engineering. Even the double HOD didn't knew about me. So I stepped into the office, and the very first thing I said that I'm Amarzish Qadeer, and I am planning to establish an IEEE student branch here. His first question was, "Do you have a team?" I said, "No, I don't have a team." He said, "I will work with you. I will also establish a student branch, but you will have to find the team." He also started to gather the team, and I worked with him. He was I would say, the biggest support for me in starting this whole student branch. So here my story ends. My IEEE student branch started. I got the team, I got everything, but the experience that I got taught me a lot of things. So now we'll discuss how can you create opportunities for yourself and how to build something, because in my experience, I learned a lot of things during my time because I had to face a lot of difficulties, and it was like it groomed me very much. So first of all, don't be afraid to try a different approach because you need to think outside the box. That's what you can do to achieve your goal. Secondly, build the self confidence in yourself because you must not lose confidence in yourself because once you lost your confidence, you can't do anything. Third, find and meet new people. You must look for the people who become your support because in my case, I looked for people who became my support, and in the end, I finally found one, and then it started growing. Fourth is that don't be afraid to talk to people and share your idea because you have to tell people your plans and share your idea. You have to convince people that's what you are going to do. And keep your eyes always open. There is a lot more happening in the world than you see because you will find a lot of opportunities that can help you build, and you never know what life will bring you. Again, you never know what life will bring you and what opportunity you find. Then there is this team building. You can't do everything by yourself. You have to convince people. You have to take people on your side. You have to just share your idea with people because alone you might not be able to do anything, but with your team, you're very strong. Then the seventh point, which is very important that I see, is that strengthen your weaknesses. Find your weak points and then work on it. Fill those gaps. Like everyone got some weak points, but you need to take over your weaknesses if you're going to do something. If you won't take over your weaknesses, if you won't fill the gaps of your weaknesses, you can't do anything. They might become the hurdle for you. And the last point is that you must protect your idea. You must never give up. You must never lose hope. If one person is not convinced from your idea, then go to the other. Just don't stop, because this world is full of people. You can't just stop at one place. If one person rejected you that I am not convinced with your idea, then so you just feel that it can't be done. No, this is not something that you should do. This is not a positive attitude. You must work with a positive and a strong attitude. Okay, so I like to quote this Jim Godwin, because again in the start you might feel like that what you're going to do is not possible. It will seem impossible until you work for it. So remember that impossible is often the untried. Unless and until you won't try, you don't know what is going to happen to you. You don't know if your plan is going to work unless and until you won't give it a try. So the problems that I faced during this whole time, again, I will relate it to my experience. That initially I started alone. It happens every time when you're working on something, when you build your idea, you actually start alone. Everything begins with an idea, I believe that. Once the idea pop up into your mind, you must work for it. Again, then the second problem was that there was no awareness of IEEE. I had to face that. You might also face such kind of thing in your area. When you start something, when you discuss your plan, uh, when you discuss something that you're going to do something like this, when you think outside of the box, you people at first time don't accept your plan. Um, they won't be convinced by you, but you must make them convinced. Because in my case, I told people what is IEEE. I had to convince them. I had to tell them what IEEE can bring for you, what benefits can you get from it. So the things work like this: is you have to tell people about it. You have to explain your idea. Okay, the third problem, this might feel little bit weird for some people, because it was a problem that I was a girl. This might not matter everywhere, but it did matter at some places. In my case, it did matter. I was a girl. It was hard for me to go to the boys and tell them about my idea, because usually it happens that boys don't listen to the girls, and especially when she's talking weird, because I was talking about IEEE, and they had no idea for IEEE. So according to them, I was talking weird, but I convinced them in the end. How to make a team? I had to build a team, because I was nothing without a team. IEEE demands a team. IEEE demands a strength in you. IEEE demands that you must have a strong backbone. So in order to make that backbone, I had to make a team, and it was possible only with a team. I myself alone was nothing. I myself, or I would say my branch counselor, he was the branch counselor. I was the pioneer of my team, but still I needed a team. Because in order to run your plans successfully, if you want to make it a big success, you must work with a team. Okay, so the next is where to find a supporting person who will stick to IEEE. I faced this thing that I had to find people who will go with me, who will continue with me, who will stick with the IEEE. In your case, when you go for something, like when you share your plan with something, when you share your idea with something, you need people to stick with you. You need people who do not abandon you in the middle of your quest. You need to find some good people for yourself. You need to find reliable person, because if person if the team you made left you in the middle of what you're doing, you're done. Like you're at the end if your team abandoned you. So the last thing that I faced, that at first people were like we are not interested. I had to change their minds. It happens. people won't be convinced by you initially. You will have to change their mind because a lot of people think conventionally. They don't think outside the box. We have to show them the mirror. We have to show them the picture. We have to show them the picture and then tell them that how it can change their lives. You must share your idea and explain it in a manner that they get convinced that this might change their life. This idea, if they work on this idea, if they work on your idea, if they work with you, it might also bring a change in their life too. Again, there is this quote that leadership is not action, is action, not position. In my case, I would say in everyone's case, when you're going to do something, you must act. If you build something, you must not sit on that position like you're a leader and now you can do anything. No, you have to keep acting. I'm keep acting because it's been like 2.5 years. I'm still working on it. I don't want my IEEE student branch to collapse, and that is the reason I always keep in touch with it. Even though I'm at the last semester of my university, but still I'm keep mentoring my team, and I haven't abandoned my team because what I have fabricated for my own hands, I can't let it collapse. So leader must always stay in action, always. He must not lose his position. Okay, so in the end, the result of all of this, I believe the students and people are able to take stand and find the strength in themselves and make them believe that they are able to achieve anything, even if they have to create it themselves. Also, it can galvanize leadership in students and people. My experience, I shared my experience just now. This might be motivating for some people. This might be like normal for some people that okay, this was good, but I believe that you're able to achieve anything. You're able to do anything because you got the strength in yourself. But you must be able to find it. You must know. You must believe in yourself that if you're about to do something, you can do this. You must never lose hope. You must find strength in yourself. You must give out the positive vibes every time. So I would like to end with this quote. I hope I haven't taken too long. All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their mind wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. Always remember, people, that you must make your dream possible. You must make your dream a reality. You must not just dream. You must work in the daylight. You must work when you're awake. You must work with your open eyes because while dreaming you can't do anything. You will wake up and your dream will end. But with the open eyes, when you will work on it, this that dream won't end. So I would like to say thank you here, and I would like to hand over to Abdul Rehman. Hope you people like my session and got some motivation and got some inner strength in yourselves after hearing all of this. I would like to say thank you so much.
Ma'am, can you please share any real life examples, like some people who don't find anything, but then they came into ground and create that thing?
Yeah, I have a real life example of Elizabeth Murray. People might not know about her. She's currently alive. I actually watched a movie, Homeless to Harvard. It was quite a motivational story. I believe that because initially she had nothing. She was born in a drug addicted family. She didn't go to school. She had nothing. But she used to read encyclopedia at home.
Hey, ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Evening, everyone. I hope that all of you are fine. Well, I was already introduced well, so without wasting any more time, let's move to the topic. Hey, Abdul Rehman here from University of the Punjab with the topic, if you don't find, create it. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, sow more, and become more, then you are a leader. Don't think what you lost. Focus on your past, present. Push yourself because no one is going to do it for you. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. There is a line inside all of us, but most people keep that line locked in its cage. Hey, so here is the main block about if you don't find, then create. The first thing is stop blaming. I think that it's the most important thing. If you stop blaming others, then you need to move towards success. You are responsible for your life. You can't keep blaming somebody else for your dysfunction. And the day when you stop blaming others is the day you begin to discover who you truly are. So, in short, stop blaming others. Well, the second thing is detect the problem. If you don't find, then see why you don't find it. Detect where the problem is. If you are able to find that problem, then you might reach to the possible solution. So focus on detecting the problem. And people cannot solve your problems with the same level of thinking that created them. I hope you got it. So detect problems. And the second step is how can you solve this problem? So it's up to you then what method you opt to solve that problem. Either you're gonna make a team of your friends or your colleagues or someone, but the main thing is to solve that problem. And the fourth thing came the solution. And it's obvious that if you find a problem and then you make a team of your friends and you try to solve that problem, so it's obvious that you will find solution. And when you find solution, so you're gonna serve community. Your solution not going to benefit only you, but it going to benefit all of the people, all of the students or whatever are going to came after you. So if you're gonna serve your community, you need to find a problem, need to find a solution, and then gonna serve community. And if you don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing you do know, the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who have sought and find how to serve. So, in short, you need to serve your community, stop blaming others, detect problems, find solutions, and serve community. Simple. Hey, I'm gonna share you some real life examples. If anyone can do, then you should. Well, can you guess this kid? Hurry up, answer in the comment box. This kid says, always focus on the positive and let go of the negative. Travel the world and learn new things. Always take a calculated risk. Be wise in your company you choose to keep. Learn from the failures and keep moving forward. Do only what you truly love. Learn from others. It is never too early to get started. And now I hope you reached who this kid is. Well, the quiz is over. This guy was Steve Jobs, founder of Apple. Steve Jobs is an entrepreneurial legend. He famously started Apple in the garage with co-founder Steve Wozniak in 1976 after dropping out of college. The technology company has a market capitalization of $870 billion. He returned to the company in 1997 to once again lead the business he birthed. Okay, so here I shared the real life example of my personal relative. Uh, I shortly will share his story. He was the one who was let out of his home only because he was unable to pass his matric exams. His father was an army officer and he wanted his children to grow up to be good in studies, but he didn't find his interest in studies, so he left his studies and his father told him to get out from his home. So once he came to his home and told his mother that, Ma, salam, I am going to America. And his mother was saying, No, no, are you kidding? And he said, No, I'm not kidding. I'm really going by tomorrow. So he really left Pakistan and went to America. And he always, sometimes he told his stories that I worked really very, very, and very hard. But that hard work pays me. There was nothing created for me, but I created that. Thing that matters most is your determination, your will to do something. So he did that, and now he is living a good and luxurious life in America, USA. And you can see him in see his picture with Maliha Lodhi. Well, he is doing well. So time to move on. Well, here is another one, Jack Ma. Hope you know them. Jack Ma failed in primary school test 2 times, middle school test 2 times, and college entrance exam 2 times. Scored only 1 mark out of 120 in college entrance exams on maths topic. He was rejected by Harvard 10 times. He applied for 30 jobs after college and was rejected by all of them. He was the only person rejected by KFC out of 24 persons applied for a job. After starting Alibaba, they made zero revenue for first 3 years. But now Jack Ma's net worth is 39.1 billion US dollars. So the moral is clear, never give up. Okay, so it's about and be yourself, do what you want, and say no to shortcuts because there are no shortcuts of success. Give your best and wait for happenings. And the last one is Pablo Picasso, Spanish painter. So I will share a little incident that happens with Pablo Picasso. So once Pablo Picasso was moving from some airport, and a woman came to him, and she told him, "Are you Pablo Picasso?" And he said, "Yes, yes, I'm Pablo Picasso." He said, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. It's my dream to meet with you ever." Pablo Picasso said, "Hold on, lady, I'm Pablo Picasso. What do you want from me?" Woman said, "Okay, Pablo Picasso, I met with you. So give me something that I can show to my family, my friends, my neighbors, or my relatives that I met with Pablo Picasso." He said, "Okay, okay, just wait." He just took out a paper and a pen and he drew a painting. And it just took about 30 seconds to draw that painting. And he said, "Okay, let it to kiss." And it's $1 million painting. Show to all you want. Vivian said, "Pablo Picasso, it just took 30 seconds to draw this painting. And you are saying that it's $1 million painting? So let me show that how can I also make painting like this? Not in 30 seconds, but in 30 minutes, 30 hours, or 30 days, or even 3 years." And then Pablo Picasso says these memorable words. He says, "Dear lady, it took me 30 years for these 30 seconds." So guys, there is no any shortcut for success. What you all need to do is to work hard, stay focused, and get your goal. Hey, so here are some problems what we people face in university. Societies are not present or either not active. Students are not sufficient, but there is no any towards. Faculty is not cooperative. So once again, what you need to do is just stop blaming and be the solution, not the problem. Thank you so much for your attention. If you want to contact me, you can contact at this email ID. If anyone of you have any question, then feel free to ask. If you have any question, then kindly unmute your mic and feel free to ask.
Okay, so here's a question I got privately from Fanny Luviana. She had a very good question, and she asked, "What recommendation will you give us if one team member from your team gets out for NY or he has some problems with it?" Well, I would like to answer her
Okay,
that
sure.
in that case, you must try to first convince that person that he must not leave. Try to resolve their issues or their problems, that why are they leaving you and why are they leaving your team. If they have problems with your idea, then you can discuss with them, but you must first discuss. This is the very first point. But in case the problem continues, you must keep up with your remaining team. Don't let your remaining team fall apart, or don't let your remaining team break. So you have to look at both approaches. First, try to negotiate. If it doesn't work, don't let your team fall apart. Let that person, you can say, go and keep up with your remaining team. Thank you. Another question: can the presentation be shared? Yes, it will be shared with all of you.
Okay, thanks a lot to all participants and a special thanks to Amarzish Qadeer for giving us her time. And I hope that all of you liked our talks.
I would like to say thank you to the IEEE IAS Lahore
Well, our next webinar will be on 21st of May 2020 at the same time. Mac Rehman from MNSUAM will talk on time management. She is doing MS Computer Science from Muhammad Nawaz Sharif University, Agriculture and Management. Last semester enrolled, research in progress, plus she is doing job at MNSUAM. She will discuss that's why we need time management. How can we use time efficiently? Manage multitasking, prioritize tasks, save time techniques, etc., including real life examples. During COVID-19 situation, how you can utilize your time in better way. It's a general idea shared with you. Final presentation also shared soon. For more information, please ask. This webinar is highly recommended for those people who always says there are shortage of time, there are shortage of time, and there are shortage of time. I don't know, how can I manage time? So if you have such questions in your mind, then you need to attend this webinar. Thank you so much for your attention. We will email e-certificates to you within 1 or 2 working days. If you have any query, feel free to ask. And the final presentation will be shared soon.